In the beginning, before the world took shape, there was only an infinite, boundless darkness, a cosmic abyss where time itself seemed to be suspended. This was the realm of none, a vast and incomprehensible void that stretched beyond the reach of any light or hope. It was a place where nothing existed but the silent, empty expanse, a place of endless potential yet entirely devoid of form. None was not just a dark void, it was a living, breathing entity of pure chaos. It swirled and pulsed with a restless energy, like a storm waiting to be unleashed. In this unformed expanse, there was no land, no sky, no sea. It was a primeval soup, a primordial ocean of potential where the seeds of creation lay dormant, waiting for the spark of life. In this abyss, one could almost feel the weight of existence pressing down, a suffocating pressure that seemed to stretch on forever. The darkness was not just a lack of light, but an all-encompassing presence that seemed to whisper the mysteries of what could be. Every corner of this cosmic ocean was filled with a restless anticipation, a yearning for something to break through the silence and bring order to the chaos. None was both frightening and mesmerizing. It was as if the universe held its breath, waiting for the moment when the stillness would be shattered by the birth of something new. The void was pregnant with possibilities, and though it was cold and empty, there was an underlying warmth, a promise of life and creation that had yet to be realized. The story of creation began in this very abyss, where the seeds of the universe lay hidden in the darkness. It was a place of endless waiting, a canvas blank yet full of potential. The abyss was not just a backdrop, but a vital part of the creation story, for without this primordial chaos, there would be no beginning, no foundation upon which the world could be built. In this deep, dark nothingness, there was an unspoken yearning for change. It was as if the very fabric of existence was straining to break free from the confines of its own emptiness. The abyss was alive with a silent, aching desire for the first stirrings of creation, a longing to transform from nothingness into something tangible and real. This profound darkness was both a cradle and a tomb. It held within it the raw materials of creation, waiting for the moment when the first light would pierce the void and set everything into motion. The silence of none was not just an absence of sound, but a profound stillness that seemed to echo with the whispers of what was to come. And then, from this cosmic abyss, a miraculous change began. From the depths of none's dark embrace, the first spark of creation flickered into existence. It was a tiny, delicate thread of light that broke through the overwhelming darkness, a sign that the chaos was about to give way to order. This spark was the beginning of everything, the moment when the universe started to emerge from the primal void. The darkness of none was still there, but now it was charged with the energy of new possibilities. The birth of creation was not a sudden explosion but a gradual emergence, a gentle unfolding of the universe from the depths of chaos. As the first light began to shine in the abyss, it was as if the darkness itself was holding its breath, watching in awe as the world began to take shape. The cosmic abyss, once a place of endless emptiness, was now the stage upon which the drama of creation would unfold. The void that had seemed so impenetrable was now giving way to the birth of stars, the formation of land, and the rise of life. The primordial chaos of none was not simply a starting point, it was the essential foundation upon which everything else would be built. It was a reminder of how far the universe had come from its dark origins, a testament to the incredible journey from nothingness to existence. In this profound darkness, one can almost feel the echoes of the universe's first breaths, the silent whispers of creation beginning to stir. The abyss was not just a place of emptiness, but a canvas of infinite potential, waiting for the moment when it would be transformed into the vibrant, dynamic world we know today. The cosmic abyss of none was the birthplace of everything, a place where the universe's first heartbeat was felt and where the journey from chaos to order began. In the vast, endless darkness of the primordial abyss, a single, brilliant moment of transformation began. From the heart of the chaotic void, where there had only been an empty silence, a divine presence emerged, Atum, the first god, the self-created being. His birth marked the beginning of everything, a moment that set the cosmos on a path from nothingness to existence. Atum was not born in the way that we think of birth. He came into being from nothingness, a self-made spark of light in the darkness. Picture a single point of brilliance appearing in the boundless void, like a flicker of hope in the deepest despair. Atum's emergence was not a dramatic explosion but a gentle, profound act of creation, a quiet whisper that reverberated through the void. He stood alone in the emptiness, a god who had no father or mother, no beginning but himself. His very existence was a miracle, the first sign of life and order emerging from the chaos. As he looked around, there was nothing but the infinite void and the echoes of his own presence. He felt the weight of creation on his shoulders, a task as grand as the universe itself. Atum, with his divine power, began the process of shaping the world. From his own essence, he created the first elements of existence. It was as if he drew upon the very fabric of the void, weaving the threads of reality from the raw material of the cosmos. This was not just a physical creation but a spiritual and emotional one, a transformation of nothingness into something tangible and full of life. Atum's first act was to bring forth Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. These were not merely new gods, but the very forces needed to start shaping the universe. Atum's creation of Shu and Tefnut was like planting the seeds from which the world would grow. With them, he began the crucial task of establishing order in the chaos. As Shu and Tefnut appeared, the void that had once been so still and lifeless began to change. The air and moisture they brought were the first signs of life, the first hints of the world that was to come. Their presence was like a breath of fresh air in a stagnant room, a sign that the cosmos was awakening from its ancient slumber. Atum's actions were not just acts of creation but gestures of profound love and care. He shaped the world with a delicate touch, aware of the responsibility he carried. His every movement was filled with purpose, each decision made with the weight of the universe resting on his shoulders. In the midst of the chaos, Atum was a beacon of hope, a divine force bringing order to the tumultuous void. As the world began to take shape under Atum's guidance, there was a sense of awe and wonder. The darkness that had once been so overwhelming was now being transformed into a universe full of light and possibility. Atum was the artist, and the cosmos was his masterpiece, slowly coming to life with each act of creation. The emergence of Atum was not just the birth of a god, but the birth of the universe itself. His very existence marked the beginning of time and space, the first step in the grand, unfolding story of creation. In him, the void found its purpose, and from his actions, the cosmos found its form. Atum's role in the first act of creation was not just about making things, but about giving them meaning. He infused the universe with purpose and direction, transforming a chaotic void into a structured, vibrant world. His presence was a promise of hope, a sign that even from the darkest beginnings, something beautiful could emerge. As he watched the world take shape, Atum knew that his work was only just beginning. The universe was still young, still filled with possibilities. But in that moment, in the quiet, profound stillness of the cosmos, there was a sense of deep satisfaction. The first step had been taken, and from the emptiness of the void, a new world was emerging. Atum's emergence was a moment of pure magic, a testament to the power of creation and the beauty of the universe. In the midst of the darkness, he was the first light, the spark that set everything in motion. His presence was a reminder that even in the most desolate places, there is always the potential for something extraordinary to emerge. In the vast, primal void where darkness reigned supreme, a profound shift began to unfold. Atum, the first god who had emerged from the emptiness, knew that the universe needed more than just his solitary presence to take shape. He felt the deep, aching need for elements that would bring life and balance to the chaotic abyss. And so, from his own divine essence, he created two of the most fundamental forces of existence, Shu and Tefnut. As Atum called forth Shu, the god of air, it was as if the very breath of the universe was being released for the first time. Shu appeared like a gentle breeze, a whisper of wind that began to stir the stagnant darkness. His presence was a breath of fresh air in a void that had never known the feeling of wind against its surface. With Shu's arrival, the once heavy and oppressive silence was broken by the sound of movement and change. Shu was not just a god, he was the embodiment of air, the vital force that would bring energy and movement to the universe. His presence allowed the world to start breathing, to feel the gentle caress of wind and the promise of fresh starts. He was like the first inhale of life, a vital force that would stir the cosmos and set the stage for the world to unfold. Following Shu's arrival, Atum called forth Tefnut, the goddess of moisture. Her birth was like the first drop of rain in a parched land, a precious gift that began to transform the dry, empty void. As Tefnut emerged, she brought with her the essence of water, a life-giving force that would nurture and sustain the new world. Her presence was soothing and refreshing, like a cool mist in the midst of the eternal darkness. Tefnut's arrival was crucial in establishing the balance needed for creation. Where Shu brought movement and energy, Tefnut brought the life-sustaining moisture that would allow the world to flourish. Together, they represented the essential elements needed for the universe to begin its transformation from chaos to order. They were the first signs of balance, the forces that would ensure the world was not just a place of void and emptiness, but a living, breathing entity. Shu and Tefnut were more than just gods, they were the vital forces that made life possible. Their birth marked the beginning of the process that would lead to the creation of land, sky, and all that would inhabit the universe. Their roles were intertwined, each one complementing the other to bring harmony and structure to the emerging cosmos. As Shu and Tefnut worked together, they began to shape the world in profound ways. Shu's breath brought motion, dispersing the darkness and creating space for light and life. Tefnut's moisture began to create the first signs of growth, laying the groundwork for the land and the seas. Their combined influence was like a dance of creation, bringing movement and nourishment to the universe. Their story was not just about their roles, but about the deep connection between air and water, movement and sustenance. They were the first partners in the cosmic dance of creation, working together to build a world that was vibrant and full of potential. Their presence brought a sense of hope and renewal to the universe, a promise that even in the midst of chaos, there was a way forward. As the universe began to take shape under their influence, the once stagnant void was now filled with energy and life. Shu's breath and Tefnut's moisture worked in harmony to create a world that was dynamic and full of promise. Their presence was a reminder of the beauty and power of creation, of how the simplest forces could come together to transform the cosmos. The birth of Shu and Tefnut was a moment of profound significance, a turning point in the grand story of the universe. Their emergence from the primordial darkness marked the beginning of a new era, one where balance and harmony would pave the way for the world to come. They were the first signs of a universe that was no longer just a void but a place of life, movement, and endless possibilities. In the vast, primordial darkness, a moment of cosmic tension unfolded, one that would forever change the fabric of the universe. Shu and Tefnut, the gods of air and moisture, had already begun shaping the world with their divine presence. But their children, Geb and Nut, were destined to bring about one of the most profound changes in creation. Geb, the god of the earth, and Nut, the goddess of the sky, were once intertwined in a close embrace, their forms mingling in a unity that represented the totality of existence. In this embrace, the earth and sky were still one, a seamless blend of land and heavens. The world, in its nascent state, was a beautiful, though chaotic, mixture where the earth and sky were inseparable. But as time moved on, a crucial and dramatic act was needed to bring order and structure to the cosmos. Shu, with his boundless energy, understood that to create a world where life could truly flourish, there needed to be a clear separation between earth and sky. With deep, cosmic determination, Shu used his divine strength to pull Geb and Nut apart. This separation was not a simple task. It was as if the universe held its breath as Shu worked to separate the two. Geb, with his deep, embracing form, and Nut, with her vast, arching presence, were pulled away from each other with a mighty effort. The tension was palpable, a powerful struggle that shook the very foundations of existence. As Geb and Nut were moved apart, the sky began to stretch upwards, its vast expanse unfurling like a giant, protective canopy. Nut arched high above, her body forming the firmament that would shelter the earth below. Her embrace was no longer intimate but distant and expansive, stretching endlessly into the heavens. She became a beautiful, shimmering vault that would be adorned with stars and the light of the sun and moon. Meanwhile, Geb settled into his new position, becoming the solid, stable ground that would support all life. His form was the land itself, rich and fertile, ready to receive and nurture the plants and creatures that would soon inhabit the earth. The separation had given him the space to become a sturdy, reliable foundation for the world. The moment of their separation was filled with both struggle and triumph. As Geb and Nut were finally settled into their new roles, the universe took on a new sense of structure and balance. The once chaotic expanse of the void was now a world with defined boundaries, sky above, earth below, and the space in between filled with the breath of life and the moisture needed for growth. This act of separation was not just a physical one but a symbolic moment of cosmic balance. It marked the transition from a unified, chaotic existence to a world where elements had their own places and purposes. The sky and earth were no longer a single, indistinguishable mass, but distinct entities that would work together to create a harmonious world. As the heavens arched overhead and the earth lay firm beneath, the universe began to feel complete. The separation of Geb and Nut created a space where light could shine, rain could fall, and life could thrive. It was a moment of profound beauty and significance, a turning point that set the stage for the world as it would come to be. In this new arrangement, Geb and Nut's roles were clear and vital. Nut, as the sky, would guard and watch over the earth, providing the celestial backdrop for the passage of time and the cycles of the sun and moon. Geb, as the earth, would nurture and sustain life, providing the ground on which plants could grow and animals could live. Their separation was a moment of great emotion, a powerful shift that changed everything. It was as if the universe itself had been transformed by this divine act, moving from a state of close, chaotic unity to one of clear, purposeful distinction. The sky and earth were no longer bound together but were now separate and beautifully balanced. In this new order, the cosmos had found its structure, and the world had begun to take shape in its most fundamental form. The earth and sky, once intimately connected, now existed in their own realms, each fulfilling its own role in the grand tapestry of creation. The moment of their separation was a profound and touching reminder of the beauty and complexity of the universe, a testament to the power of divine creation and the emergence of a world that was both orderly and alive. As the universe began to settle into its new order, a new and brilliant force was about to make its grand entrance. From the depths of creation, Ra, the sun god, emerged as the central deity of the cosmos, bringing with him light, warmth, and life. His arrival was nothing short of spectacular, a moment that would illuminate the world and set the rhythm for every day to come. Ra was not just a god, he was the very essence of the sun itself, a radiant being whose presence would transform the world. As he rose, the darkness of the primordial void was pierced by a brilliant light, a blazing beacon that heralded the start of a new era. His emergence was like the first dawn breaking over the horizon, casting away the shadows and filling the universe with warmth and energy. Each day, Ra began his journey across the sky with a powerful and awe-inspiring ascent. He traveled in a grand solar bark, a majestic boat that carried him from the eastern horizon to the western edge of the sky. His passage was a breathtaking spectacle, a daily display of divine majesty that brought light to every corner of the world. As Ra moved through the sky, his radiant light touched everything below. The land, which had once been shrouded in darkness, was bathed in his golden glow. Plants began to grow, animals stirred from their slumber, and life itself seemed to awaken with the first light of day. Ra's journey was more than just a celestial event, it was a profound expression of life and renewal. But Ra's journey was not simply about bringing light, it was also a powerful symbol of the cycle of life and death. As he traveled across the sky, he followed a path that mirrored the natural rhythm of existence. His ascent represented birth and the beginning of each day, while his descent into the underworld at night symbolized death and the end of the day. Ra's daily journey was a reminder of the eternal cycle that governs all life. Each morning, as he rose with the sun, he renewed the world with his presence, offering a fresh start and a new beginning. As the day wore on and he approached the western horizon, his descent into the underworld was a poignant reminder of the inevitable end that follows every beginning. The nightly journey of Ra through the underworld was equally significant. It was during these hours that Ra faced the trials and dangers of the dark, a time when he battled the forces of chaos and darkness. His struggle through the night was a powerful metaphor for the challenges and trials that all living beings face, a testament to the resilience and strength required to overcome obstacles. Ra's emergence as the central deity was not just about his role as the sun, but about the profound impact he had on the world and its inhabitants. His light and warmth were essential for life, nurturing the earth and sustaining all forms of existence. Without him, the world would be a cold, dark place, devoid of the beauty and vitality that he brought with his daily journey. The presence of Ra was a constant source of comfort and inspiration. His daily rise and fall became a rhythmic dance that governed the passage of time, offering a sense of order and predictability to the universe. The light of Ra was a symbol of hope and renewal, a divine promise that each day would bring new opportunities and experiences. As Ra moved across the sky, his journey was also a reminder of the interconnectedness of life. His presence influenced the cycles of nature, the growth of crops, and the patterns of the seasons. He was a central figure in the cosmic balance, ensuring that the forces of light and darkness remained in harmony. Ra's story was more than just a myth, it was a reflection of the deep-seated truths of existence. His daily journey across the sky was a vivid, emotional reminder of the cycles of life, the beauty of renewal, and the strength required to face the challenges of the world. The rise of Ra was a moment of divine brilliance, a profound and touching symbol of the eternal dance of creation and existence. In the grand tapestry of creation, a remarkable assembly of divine beings emerged, each with their own unique role and purpose. This sacred group, known as the Ennead of Heliopolis, was a council of 9 powerful deities whose combined influence shaped the universe and ensured its balance and order. Their interconnected roles were vital in the unfolding story of creation, and their presence was both profound and deeply moving. At the heart of the Ennead was Atum, the self-created god who had brought forth the initial spark of existence. As the leader of this divine assembly, Atum's role was to oversee and guide the unfolding creation, setting the stage for the other deities to play their parts. His presence was a reminder of the power of creation and the divine will that shaped the cosmos. From Atum, the Ennead story continued with Shu and Tefnut, the gods of air and moisture. Their birth marked the beginning of a new order, and their roles were crucial in establishing the world. Shu, with his breath, created the space needed for life, while Tefnut's moisture nurtured and sustained the earth. Their contributions were not just about their individual powers, but about the harmony they brought to the universe, working together to create a world where life could thrive. Their children, Geb and Nut, further expanded the divine assembly. Geb, the god of the earth, became the solid foundation upon which all life would grow. His presence was a testament to the strength and stability needed for creation. Nut, the goddess of the sky, provided the vast, protective canopy under which the world would unfold. Her arching form was a symbol of the heavens, holding the universe in its embrace. Together, these deities formed the core of the Ennead, but their influence extended through their offspring and the roles they played. The Ennead's interconnectedness was a beautiful reflection of the balance and harmony needed for creation. Each deity had a distinct role, but their combined efforts ensured that the universe was a place of order and stability. The Ennead also included the powerful deities Osiris, Isis, Set, and Nephthys, who further enriched the cosmic balance. Osiris, the god of the afterlife, brought a sense of continuity and renewal, ensuring that life was not just a fleeting moment, but part of a greater, eternal cycle. His presence was a comforting promise of life beyond death, a reminder that the universe was more than just the physical world. Isis, his wife, was the goddess of magic and motherhood. Her role was to protect and nurture life, offering care and guidance to those who sought her aid. Her influence was deeply personal and emotional, a reminder of the strength and compassion that sustained the world. Set, the god of chaos and desert, was a necessary counterbalance to the harmony of the other deities. His presence reminded the universe of the unpredictability and challenges that life could bring. Yet, even Set's chaotic influence was part of the divine plan, ensuring that order and disorder remained in a delicate equilibrium. Nephthys, Set's sister and wife to Osiris, represented the protective and nurturing aspects of creation. Her role was to offer shelter and safety, ensuring that the universe remained a place where life could flourish despite the challenges it faced. The Ennead's roles were interconnected, each deity playing a part in maintaining the cosmic order. Their combined influence created a universe where balance was not just a concept, but a living, breathing reality. The beauty of their story was not just in their individual powers, but in how they worked together to shape the world. The Ennead of Heliopolis was more than just a group of gods, they were the embodiment of cosmic harmony. Their roles in creation were deeply intertwined, each one contributing to the greater whole. Their presence in the myth was a poignant reminder of how different forces and beings could come together to create a universe that was both beautiful and balanced. Their story was a testament to the power of unity and collaboration. Each deity, with their unique qualities and roles, added to the richness and depth of creation. Their combined efforts ensured that the world was a place of wonder and order, a testament to the divine plan that guided the cosmos. In the grand scheme of creation, the Ennead's influence was profound and touching. Their roles were not just about their individual powers, but about the way they came together to shape the universe. Their story was a beautiful reflection of the balance and harmony needed to create a world where life could thrive and flourish. In the grand sweep of creation, a new chapter began with the birth of humanity, a moment that would forever alter the fabric of existence. As the universe found its shape and balance, the gods turned their attention to the creation of beings who would walk upon the earth and share in the divine tapestry of life. From the divine breath of Atum and the nurturing presence of Tefnut, humanity emerged as a remarkable gift to the world. The gods shaped humans from the very essence of the earth, infusing them with vitality and spirit. As the first humans took their place on the land, they were given not only life, but also a special connection to the divine forces that shaped their world. But humanity's presence was more than just a new addition to creation, it was a reflection of the gods' will and a symbol of the balance they sought to maintain. In this delicate balance, Ma'at, the goddess of truth and order, played a pivotal role. Her presence was like a guiding light, ensuring that the universe remained in harmony and that every part of creation fulfilled its purpose. Ma'at was not just a goddess, she was the embodiment of the cosmic order. Her role was to maintain the balance and truth that allowed the world to function smoothly. She represented the principles of justice, harmony, and balance, ensuring that every aspect of existence remained in its rightful place. With the creation of humans, Ma'at's influence became even more crucial. As beings endowed with free will and consciousness, humans had the potential to disrupt the delicate balance that the gods had worked so hard to establish. It was Ma'at's role to ensure that they lived in a way that honored the cosmic order and maintained the harmony of the universe. Her presence was a reminder that every action had consequences and that living in accordance with truth and balance was essential for the well-being of all creation. Ma'at was the divine guide who helped humans understand their place in the world and the importance of living with integrity and respect for the natural order. As humanity began to build societies and create their own paths, Ma'at's influence was felt in every aspect of their lives. She was the principle behind laws and morality, guiding leaders and individuals to act in ways that upheld justice and harmony. Her presence ensured that the human experience was not just about individual desires, but about contributing to the greater good and maintaining the cosmic balance. The introduction of Ma'at was a profound moment that connected humans to the divine order. It was a reminder that their lives were intertwined with the larger cosmic plan and that their actions had a direct impact on the world around them. Her role was to inspire people to live with truth and balance, reinforcing the idea that every being, from gods to humans, had a part to play in maintaining the harmony of the universe. As the world continued to evolve, Ma'at's influence remained a constant presence. Her principles were woven into the very fabric of existence, guiding humanity through the challenges and triumphs of life. She was a beacon of light in times of darkness, a reminder of the divine order that governed the universe. Her role was a testament to the deep connection between the divine and the human experience. It was a reminder that the balance and harmony of the universe were not just abstract concepts, but lived realities that touched every aspect of existence. Ma'at's presence ensured that humanity could thrive within the cosmic order, living lives of purpose and integrity. The creation of humans and the role of Ma'at were more than just elements of a myth, they were reflections of the deeper truths that guided the universe. Ma'at's influence was a powerful reminder of the importance of balance, truth, and harmony, shaping the human experience and ensuring that every being could find their place in the grand scheme of creation. In the ancient tapestry of Egyptian mythology, the myth of Osiris, Isis, and Horus unfolds as a powerful and moving narrative, intricately woven into the larger story of creation. This myth is more than just a tale of gods, it is a poignant reflection of the themes of death, rebirth, and the eternal cycle of life. The story begins with Osiris, the beloved god of the afterlife, who was once the ruler of Egypt, bringing prosperity and order to the land. His reign was marked by wisdom and justice, and he was cherished by both gods and humans. But his brother Set, driven by envy and a thirst for power, could not tolerate Osiris's success. In a cruel act of treachery, Set tricked Osiris, trapping him in a coffin and casting him into the Nile. The coffin drifted away, carrying Osiris to his death. The loss of Osiris was a heart-wrenching moment. The world seemed to fall into darkness as his body was lost, and his reign ended abruptly. But the story did not end in despair. Isis, Osiris's devoted wife, embarked on a desperate search for her husband. Her love and determination led her to find Osiris's body, hidden by the Nile's waters. Despite the odds, she managed to retrieve and preserve it, using her powerful magic to restore him. Isis's devotion and magic were not enough to bring Osiris back to life in the physical sense. Instead, Osiris became the god of the underworld, ruling over the realm of the dead. His journey from life to death and then to the afterlife symbolized the deep connection between life and death, showing that even in the face of loss, there is a continuation beyond this world. The birth of Horus, Osiris, and Isis's son marked a new chapter in this divine saga. Horus's arrival was not just a continuation of Osiris's legacy but a symbol of hope and renewal. As Horus grew, he was destined to avenge his father's death and restore order to the world. His struggle against Set was a dramatic battle between order and chaos, light and darkness. The fierce conflict between Horus and Set was a reflection of the eternal struggle within the universe, where balance must be restored to ensure the continuation of life. Horus's victory over Set was a profound and uplifting moment in the myth. It represented the triumph of good over evil, the restoration of order, and the promise of renewal. The story of Horus's battle and eventual victory was not just a tale of divine conflict, but a powerful symbol of rebirth. Horus's success in reclaiming his father's throne and bringing justice back to Egypt was a manifestation of the cyclical nature of life and death, where every ending leads to a new beginning. This myth of Osiris, Isis, and Horus fit seamlessly into the larger narrative of creation. It was a vivid illustration of the themes of death and rebirth, showing how even in the face of profound loss, there is the potential for renewal and transformation. The story resonated deeply with the people, reflecting their own experiences of loss, hope, and the eternal cycle of life. The tale of Osiris's death, Isis's unwavering love, and Horus's triumphant return was a testament to the enduring nature of divine power and the unbreakable link between life and the afterlife. It served as a reminder that even in moments of despair, there is always a chance for renewal and that the cycle of life continues with each new generation. In the grand narrative of Egyptian mythology, the myth of Osiris, Isis, and Horus was more than just a story. It was a powerful reflection of the themes that permeated the divine order and the human experience. It was a reminder of the resilience of life and the eternal hope that drives the cycle of existence. In the heart of ancient Egypt, the creation myths were more than just stories, they were the lifeblood of society, weaving their way through every aspect of daily life, religion, and governance. These myths shaped the culture in profound ways, leaving an indelible mark on the very fabric of Egyptian civilization. The creation myths, with their rich tapestry of gods, goddesses, and cosmic battles, provided Egyptians with a framework for understanding their place in the universe. The tales of Atum, the emergence of Ra, and the roles of the Ennead were not mere fables but deeply embedded truths that guided the way people saw themselves and their world. These myths offered explanations for the natural world and human existence, embedding a sense of divine order and purpose in every action and belief. Religion, at the core of Egyptian life, was profoundly influenced by these myths. The gods of creation were not distant entities, but present and active forces in the lives of the people. Temples dedicated to deities like Ra and Osiris were more than places of worship, they were centers of community life and spiritual reflection. Rituals and ceremonies performed in these sacred spaces were a way to honor the gods and ensure that the divine order was maintained. The belief that the gods were intimately involved in every aspect of life led to a culture where religious observance was integral to daily existence. The myths also played a crucial role in shaping the structure of Egyptian society. The divine lineage of the pharaohs was a direct reflection of the creation myths. The pharaoh was seen as a living god, a descendant of Ra or Horus, who was chosen to maintain Ma'at, the cosmic balance. This divine connection justified the pharaoh's authority and established a hierarchical society where the ruler was both a political leader and a religious figure. The myths provided a divine mandate for leadership and governance, reinforcing the central role of the pharaoh in upholding order and justice. The stories of Osiris and Horus also had a significant impact on Egyptian funerary practices. The myth of Osiris, with its themes of death and rebirth, offered a vision of the afterlife that was deeply comforting. The belief that Osiris, the god of the underworld, would judge the souls of the deceased and offer them a chance for eternal life led to elaborate burial customs and a focus on ensuring a favorable judgment. Tombs were decorated with scenes from the myths, and rituals were performed to ensure that the deceased would be welcomed into the afterlife. This emphasis on the afterlife shaped not only how Egyptians prepared for death, but also how they lived their lives, with a constant focus on maintaining Ma'at and preparing for the journey beyond. The myths also influenced art and literature, capturing the imagination and devotion of the people. Temples, monuments, and artifacts were adorned with images of the gods and scenes from the creation stories. These artistic expressions were more than decorative, they were a way to honor the divine and to make the sacred stories a part of everyday life. Literature, too, was infused with themes from the myths, reinforcing their messages and keeping them alive in the collective memory. In education and knowledge, the myths played a role in shaping the way Egyptians understood their world. The stories were passed down through generations, not just as religious teachings, but as a way to impart values and knowledge. The creation myths were used to explain natural phenomena, social structures, and moral principles, making them a fundamental part of Egyptian education and cultural transmission. The influence of the creation myths on Egyptian society was all-encompassing. They shaped how people understood their place in the universe, how they related to the divine, and how they structured their lives and governance. The myths provided a divine framework for understanding the world, guiding every aspect of Egyptian culture and daily life. Their impact was felt in the temples and tombs, in the art and literature, and in the very fabric of society itself. The creation myths were not just stories, they were the essence of Egyptian civilization, shaping their past and continuing to inspire awe and reverence through the ages. In the quiet corridors of history, the echoes of Egypt's creation myths continue to resonate, shaping the way we view the world and our place in it. These ancient stories, filled with gods and cosmic battles, have left an indelible mark on cultures far beyond the banks of the Nile. The legacy of these myths is not just a whisper from the past, but a living thread that weaves through the tapestry of modern thought and mythology. As the sands of time have shifted, the Egyptian creation myths have transcended their origins to influence a broad spectrum of cultures and belief systems. The tales of Atum's creation, the divine struggles of Osiris and Horus, and the eternal journey of Ra across the sky have not just been preserved in dusty tomes and ancient ruins. They have inspired a multitude of interpretations and adaptations. The myths of Egypt, with their powerful themes of life, death, and rebirth, have provided a wellspring of inspiration for subsequent civilizations. In the ancient Mediterranean world, Greek and Roman cultures absorbed and reinterpreted these stories, blending them with their own myths to create new narratives. The dramatic tales of Egyptian gods found their way into the myths of other cultures, influencing how people across the ancient world understood the divine and the cosmos. In the vast expanse of Roman and later Western art and literature, the Egyptian gods and their stories have re-emerged as symbols of eternal truths. The majestic figure of Osiris, for instance, symbolized the concept of resurrection and the afterlife, themes that found their way into the Christian traditions that followed. The story of Osiris's death and rebirth resonates with the central themes of redemption and eternal life found in Christianity, highlighting a deep and enduring connection between these ancient beliefs and later religious traditions. In modern times, the Egyptian creation myths continue to cast their spell. They have inspired countless works of fiction, from novels to films, where the grandeur of ancient Egypt is reimagined for contemporary audiences. The mystical and dramatic elements of these myths have captivated writers, filmmakers, and artists, who draw upon the rich imagery and profound themes to create new interpretations that resonate with today's viewers. Popular culture has also embraced the Egyptian myths, often blending them with modern sensibilities to explore timeless themes. From blockbuster movies to fantasy novels, the gods of Egypt have appeared in various guises, serving as symbols of power, mystery, and transformation. These portrayals, while modernized, still echo the ancient stories, reflecting the myths' enduring appeal and their ability to adapt to new contexts. Educational and scholarly work has kept the myths alive, with historians, archaeologists, and theologians studying and interpreting the ancient texts and artifacts. This ongoing scholarship not only preserves the myths, but also helps to bridge the gap between ancient and modern understandings. By examining how these stories shaped Egyptian culture and how they continue to influence contemporary thought, scholars ensure that the ancient narratives remain a vital part of our collective heritage. In the realm of spiritual and philosophical inquiry, the creation myths of Egypt offer profound insights into the nature of existence and the human condition. The themes of balance, order, and the eternal cycle of life and death resonate with people seeking to understand their place in the world. The myths provide a framework for exploring universal questions about life's purpose and the nature of the divine, showing that the ancient Egyptians' insights into these fundamental issues continue to speak to us today. The influence of the Egyptian creation myths is a testament to their timeless power and relevance. From ancient times to the present day, these stories have inspired and captivated people across cultures and generations. They remind us of the shared human quest for understanding and the enduring search for meaning that transcends time and geography. The legacy of the Egyptian creation myths is not just a relic of the past, but a vibrant and ongoing part of our cultural and spiritual landscape.